Magandang gabi po. Welcome to the Hope Gala. At kumusta po kayo? Justice?
Good.
We're good, we're good.
Very good. You're happy with the turnout?
Yeah, amazing.
Okay. Sabi ni Doktor kanina, bakit tayo mag-uusap pa? Bibilisan lang natin. Sabi ni Saniko. By the way, sabi ni Saniko sa akin, please boy, no acknowledgements of designers. So my friend is here, Jaggy Glarinod. I cannot mention your name. So, sorry. The outfit I wore earlier, Joey Samson, I cannot say thank you. Pinanindigan ko yan. Okay, we've been here for quite a while. EPCALM has been here. And para sa mga bago nating kaibigan na nasa audience ngayong gabi, ano ba talaga ang mission? What is the mission of EPCALM?
Wow, I'm sure most of you have seen posters outside, but really, boy, to explain the mission of EPCALM, we really need to go back to why there was the birth of EPCALM. And I'm sure some of you seen a poster outside. What really happened was 21 years ago, my family went through a very grueling situation that we experienced firsthand what it is to go through the leukemia journey. So when my brother Erlyn went through that journey for 2 years, that's when I realized, boy, that adults, especially with leukemia, are really relegated to the background. It's like people don't think that they're worth helping because leukemia is a death sentence. They said that that's it. So through the years, when my brother Erlyn died after 2 years of battling leukemia, I realized, sabi ko, walang Leukemia Foundation in the Philippines. We've seen it. Wala, no support. We were turned down. There's so much about pediatric cancer, but adults, no. So I realized that, wow, there's a gap. There's really a big gap in our medical care, and that's why EPCALM was born, so that we can help leukemia patients go through this, what could be a very lonely and prohibitive financially journey. But thanks to you guys, we have patients who have journeyed through leukemia in a happier state. Yeah.
So what we really do, boy, is, well, to put it simply, that because of the problems with the issues that we had when we went through the journey with my brother-in-law, we said that we should form a foundation that could help leukemia patients and journey with them hand in hand. So we have 3 arms of service that we are looking to help leukemia patients, and that is spiritually, medically, and financially. Because what we believe in is that leukemia patients, adult leukemia patients, should not be journeying alone, and that we should be there to help, to lend a helping hand.
Ano nga uli yun? Engineer Justice, medically, spiritually,
Financially.
Okay. That's why we're doing this. Ano yung pinakamalaking challenge?
Well, mahirap na question yan. Kasi ang leukemia patients have a lot of problems that they tackle every day. And, well, the greatest or one of the first things that affects them is really financially. And that is why they come to EPCALM, because they think that EPCALM is, well, it's a foundation, so they should have money. But later on, as we try to do our different services, we find out that it's not really financial. Though financial has a lot of impact because statistically, 7 out of 10 cancer patients do not finish their protocols because they run out of money. And when you talk about leukemia, and when you talk about the treatment that they have to go through, a chemotherapy alone, one session costs around 20 to 100,000 more plus. But it's not just one time. It's dozens of times that they go through the chemotherapy
At the
session.
beginning, yung sinasabi mo, engineer, the first problem is financial. Is financial. And then, dealing with the patients, you later discover that it does not stop in the financial aspect. Nalalaman natin that
We realize that, because healing is not just physical, it's really emotional, it's spiritual, and it's communal. We need a community around these patients. So EPCALM stands not to promise that we have the money to pay every bit of chemo drugs or chemotherapy that they need. Then there should have been a Bill Gates Foundation, right? But the reason why we are the first and the only foundation is because they know that taking care of a leukemia patient would drain the entire foundation of its resources. That's why our goal is just to let patients see that, when you journey through leukemia, we just need to give you that grip of hope. That's why we have the Hope Gala for you to enjoy, because we have to just put that hope. And hope, boy, changes the way a person navigates
tama naman.
through a difficult journey, how you endure that difficult journey. So that's what EPCALM wants to do. We kind of give that resilience back into the patients because, when you're a leukemia patient, I'm sure Dr. Mario will be able to identify to this because he's a 10-year survivor. Can we give him a big
Of course,
hand? Yeah.
Dr. Mario Panaligan. Yes.
Yeah, the great supporter also of EPCALM. What I'm saying is, in your journey through leukemia, and you think of a lot of things you face through, parang, wow, uncertainty. We see patients lose their jobs, lose their home, and eventually lose hope. So that's why we want to be that grip of hope for these patients. So I'm just amazed every time we have an event. Thank you, Sunny Koo. Every time we have an event mounted by this great guy, Sunny, who doesn't want to be recognized, but he's really the one behind all of this. And every time we do this, I get amazed at all the people that come. Some have heard about it, some just for the first time, boy.
That's right.
Some came just to be surprised that we're talking about this when they wanted to hear singers. But we sing a different song. We sing the song of hope. So when we talk of EPCALM, boy, it is really, it's for all of you. It is for all of us. There is a space for all of you to be part of EPCALM.
That's right. Showing up where the patients are, paying attention to the families. Boy, it's a holistic kind of relationship EPCALM has with patients. And of course, money is very important because we never have enough. I've been with EPCALM for a long time. It's not like there was a point in our life as a foundation when we said, ay, madami na kaming pera. Ngayong taon nga, Sunny and I were hoping na ilan sa mga maleta would show up here today.
Correct.
No, not really. Di ba? I was really hoping that some maletas would arrive. But, the night is not over yet. Malay natin may dumating. That's 48 million. Rico, tama ba ako? That's about 48 million per maleta. Can you imagine how many patients would be serviced by two maletas?
But when you talk about millions, boy, it's...
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Martin. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay.
when you talk about millions, it's what patients, if they go through the whole cycle, will spend from the beginning until they are totally healed. Because when you go through the ultimate treatment of bone marrow transplant, it costs millions for one patient only. So maybe we would need a lot of maletas tonight.
Yeah, but it's really not all about money, boy. It's really...
I realize that, though.
There's, I think another challenge that we have is, that I want everybody to hear is, the invisible adult patient. Talagang pag adults, minsan parang, oh, sige, kaya nila yan, kaya. Pero pag bata, di ba, if you see a child suffering, of course, we would want to help. But we have to realize that if the adult, let's say a father, a mother, a breadwinner, once they are taken out of the picture, the entire family collapses.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then another problem is really access to medicines. That's why EPCAM is trying to do all of this advocacy and awareness thing so that we just don't reach people within Manila. We reach people outside Manila, even outside the Philippines, because we want to be able to offer what we have already. There's a lot of new medications. I hope Dr. Kay Rosales, one of our hematologists, would be here, but we have immunotherapy, we have targeted therapy, we have chemotherapy, bone marrow transplant. But sadly, those in the remote areas, boy, they don't have access. So that's another one. There's an access problem. And another one is the emotional burnout. Our patients really have emotional burnout. So they borrow our faith, they borrow our grit. So my dear friends, you really have a role. If you just want to volunteer to be with EPCAM, just realize that there's a lot that you have that you can share. My gosh, that's why, boy, when you came to EPCAM, my gosh, I said, can I say this? I said, wow, Lord, you gave us the King of Talk. And then you gave us the concert king.
We have no bags. No, but we are happy to be here. Backstage, Jessica I was trying to explain to Jessica kung bakit kami narito ngayong gabi and why we are with EPCAM, why Martin does this, and a lot of other friends. And of course, itong ating pag-uusap, we bring this back to our audience. That's the reason why tonight is about gratitude. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta dahil EPCAM is able to do what it does because of the support of our friends. What do you hope to achieve in this Hope Gala 2026?
Well, a childhood friend of mine, let me do a intro before I answer that. Alvin was his name. He sort of shared to me a message, a saying, wherein it was done by Karen Ravin. She's the voice of Hallmark cards. And she said, and her quote was, only as far as we see can we go. Only as far as we dream can we be. So in EPCAM, we like to dream. And we like to dream of a Philippines that is free of cancer. We like to dream of a Philippines wherein patients don't have to worry about their finances. Don't worry about where they will get their treatment or where they will, or whether they are given hope. And that is really our dream.
Yeah, that's why, boy,
Doctor,
when we started EPCAM, we were saying we have to tell the people that EPCAM is not a death sentence. I mean, leukemia is not a death sentence, right? Kasi, so that we'll get more help. Now, we also want to say that leukemia is supposed to be not a sentence of poverty. Kasi mauubos talaga, boy. So that's why, as Justice was saying here, we need to dream bigger. I know we presented EPCAM to somebody that gives grants from the US. When we told her about the vision of EPCAM, okay, can I bring you to that? I'm sorry, this is not part of the script. But to bring you to that, can you imagine a center of leukemia that patients will not worry about where to get the money, how to get well. They just would get well and focus on the healer, not the healing. Can you imagine hectares of land where there's a center where it's like a foretaste of heaven? Can you imagine that? That when patients come in, they don't have to say, ay, hindi ako pwede dyan, para lang yan sa mga mayaman. No, they'll say, wow, when you get to that center, that EPCAM center, you will feel whole. You will be treated like there's a community that truly cares. Can you see that point? Can you see that, guys? Those who are hearing it now, I want to say that when my brother Erwin died, the verse came from John 12:24. It says, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains a single seed. But once it dies, it produces many more seeds. So from that, this seed is being thrown tonight, and that's the goal of the gala. It's thrown tonight Some seeds have grown. You've heard Jonalyn Lim. She has grown that big tree of hope for EPCALM. Some are just receiving that seed, but mind you guys, let that seed grow. There are a lot of foundations that you can support, but why is it that you have this call to support EPCALM? Why? Because only those who are called support it. Because it's not easy to support leukemia, right? Mr. John Dumpit here of Unilab. I could say, John, thank you so much for being our major sponsor. Next year, you're going to be the co-presenter. But he supports because he understands, boy. He understands. He had an employee before with leukemia. Alam niya talagang grabe, sobra-sobra yung kailangan.
And Unilab has been very supportive.
Yes.
John, can you please stand to be recognized? Maraming salamat. Thank you, Unilab.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Unilab. Thank you, everybody. But before
No,
we
what
end,
I was saying is I can probably talk to him after the show as to how much he's going to give more.
Yeah, tama.
I'm joking, John.
Maleta maybe.
But, but I just want to say this. 21 years na ang EPCALM, and we're growing many more years. Yes, my brother Erwin died. He became an inspiration, a catalyst. But not to minimize his story, I don't want it to be Erwin's story. This is now the story of us, of a mission to serve. It's not a story of somebody who died. That's why out of grief, yes, out of the grief of the family, we did this. I want this to be known, that EPCALM is a foundation with a mission to serve.
Maraming salamat. Napaka-inspiring, engineer. Maraming salamat, Justice.
Thank you, boy.
Dr. Erlyn. I'm just reminded of a beautiful quote also, that you haven't actually lived a life until you have given something to someone who cannot give you anything in return. Mabuhay kayong dalawa. Maraming
Maraming
salamat.
salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you, boy.
Salamat. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay kayo.
Yes,
Mabuhay
boy.
ang
Salamat.
EPCALM. Thank you very much.
Salamat, everyone.
Yes. And, Dr. Erlyn, sayang ang telepono po. Nakalimutan niyo po. Oo. Thank you very much.